Psychology is one of the most important factors when it comes to becoming a profitable day trader. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the mindset shift that I had to do in order to go from a consistently unprofitable day trader to a consistently profitable day trader. And for the majority of people that I come across and the majority of people that reach out to me and ask for my help when it comes to trading and the majority of people inside of my VIP group mentorship, it isn't the fact that they can't trade. It isn't the fact that they don't know what a fair value gap is, or they don't know how to read the markets. It's simply that they cannot control their emotions. So in this video, I'm just going to kind of just a whole video of just me talking and kind of telling you boys my entire mindset shift that took me from making no money from trading to consistently making very, very good money each and every single month from day trading itself. And the main thing to come from this video I want you to have, and the main mindset shift I need you boys to have if you are serious about this trading, is you have to stop going into the markets every single day expecting to make money and wanting to make money. For me, this was the biggest thing that was stopping me from becoming a profitable day trader. And I'll tell you a little story. So I used to go into the markets every single day. I'd set out a goal at the start of the week, the start of the month, the start of the day. So let's say at the start of the week, I'd say, right, this week I want to pass this account. This week I want to get a payout on this account. This week I want to make 3%. I want to get a max payout. I want to get a payout of $2,500. I would be looking on, I'm not, no word of a lie, I would be looking on clothing website, I'd look on Louis Vuitton thinking, right, when I get this payout, I'm going to get this, 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 and this. I would have spent the money before I even had it. And it was ruining my trading, and I'm going to tell you why right now. And the reason for this is because subconsciously every single day you are going into the markets with those expectations in place when that's not even happened yet. Okay, now what this would do for me is it would make me think, okay, this is going to happen. It would almost as if I would be like, right, okay, this isn't even an expectation, this is what is going to happen. And this was the main problem that I was seeing, was I'd be going into the markets every single day with these expectations. Let's say I wanted to make 2% today. I wanted to pass this funded account today. Okay, and I needed 1% maybe. Whether or not there was a good setup, and I knew there was a good setup, I would still be taking trades, regardless if the high quality setup came, because I told myself, I want to pass this account today. And a lot of you boys, this is exactly where you are going wrong. Every single day, a lot of you boys are going into the market saying, right, okay, I want to get a winning day so it can go towards my payout. I want to get 2% so I can pass this funded account. I want to pass this funded account today. You have to stop going into the markets with expectations and start going into the markets not bothered if you take a trade or not bothered if you do not take a trade. We are there to perform when a high quality setup appears. We aren't there to just click buy and sell when a random setup comes up and you just want to take it because you want to pass a funded account. We have to build set rules and a set plan and stick to those rules and plan, even if you want to pass your funded account or get a payout. Because I promise you, and I'll tell you one thing, and this is a realistic truth, and this will hurt a lot of you. A lot of you need to stop trading right now. And I'm saying this because I had to be told the same thing for something to click and something to change. And that is, nothing changes if nothing changes. I promise you, you will keep seeing the same mistakes, the same outcomes, blowing the accounts, wasting money, blowing live accounts, blowing funded accounts, if you don't change as a person. Stop changing your model. Stop every week going, oh my days, my strategy this week hasn't worked, I must find another model. No, that's not the problem. The problem is clearly you. Look at the trades that you've taken. I promise you, the trades that you've taken don't align with your rules and don't align with your plan. So stop changing the model and start to focus on you as an individual and as a trader. And it all comes back to the same point of not going into the markets expecting to make money. If you remove expectations and you remove wanting to make money every single day, trading becomes so much easier, a lot less of a headache, and it's just a lot more enjoyable experience, because I sit here every single day and I'm like, okay, I am not bothered if I don't trade today. Therefore, I sit there, and if I see price dumping down, I'm not thinking, oh my days, I have to somehow get in this, because I don't care. Let price run down. Let everybody else make money and I make nothing today, because I know the bigger picture and my model works, and I understand that if I stick to my rules and stick to the model, I will make money over a long enough period of time. And this is where some of you boys do not back yourself. And again, I asked everyone inside the community today to give me some points to talk about. So next point I want to talk about is FOMO. Now, FOMO stands for the fear of missing out, if you boys didn't understand this. But it all links, every psychology thing that I'm going to talk about today all links back to the first point, which is you have to stop going into the markets every day expecting to make money, because you only have the fear of missing out if you have an expectation. I don't have the fear of missing out because I'm not wanting to make money. Okay, that's a lie. Of course, I want to make money, okay, but I'm not expecting to make money. So I don't ever feel the fear of missing out because I'm not missing out on anything because I'm not wanting to make money or expecting to make money on this day, you know? A lot of you boys are like, oh my days, I've missed the trade. No, I've missed the trade. Why are you bothered? Because you're expecting, and you set an expectation, you put weight on your shoulders, you've said, right, today I want to pass this account, today I want to get a payout, today I want to make 10k, today I want to make 2k, and it's like, just relax. Because the more you rush and the more you do these things, the more money you are going to waste. Think about this right now. You would not be watching this video right now if you were a successful, profitable day trader. You would not be looking for psychology tips if the things that you were doing worked. So they clearly don't work. And I'm not saying the trading doesn't work. I'm saying your mindset and the ability to control your hands isn't working. And it all comes down to being able to control your hands. And this is a very, very important point for some of you boys. For the next week, okay, so I'm uploading this video on Sunday. I want you boys for the next week, okay? So you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Stick to your rules and stick to your plan. I want you to have a max loss limit of 1% a day. That doesn't mean you can take one trade a day. That means you take as many trades as you want, but you can only lose 1% of your account balance in a day. If you lose 1%, you're done for the day, okay? This will stop you from taking silly trades and stop you from forcing trades that you don't need to be in. This will make you think, right, okay, I only have, £500 to play with today because that's 1% of my 50k account. So I'm going to really think about the trade that I'm going to take and if this is a high quality setup or not. And what your boys realize is you'll take half as many setups. You might even end the week on a loss or a break even week, but it's so much less stress than you sat there all day going, oh my days, I got to do this. But the main point I'm trying to bring to this is if you can't, and only you will know if you can do this or not, because you can lie, you can say, yes, I followed all my rules, I still can't see profitability. Only you deep down will know whether you followed your rules or whether you forced a trade, or whether you FOMO'd into a trade, whether you lost a trade and then revenge traded. Only you will know if you're doing this, okay? But if you can't simply follow your rules and control your hands, then you don't have enough self-respect and discipline to be a trader. And that is the truth. That is the truth. I promise you, you may as well stop now, because you are going to waste so much money and there is no point. You're literally giving these prop firms money. You're putting money into these prop firms' pockets and these brokers' pockets by trading. Some of you guys were not and will never be traders because of these simple things that I'm telling you about now. Now, the next topic I want to speak about is overtrading. Now, overtrading again is a big killer in the markets. But again, this links back to FOMO, and FOMO links back to not expecting to make money every single day. So they all link back to not expecting to make money every single day. It all links back. And overtrading also correlates with expecting to make money every day, because the only reason you're overtrading is because you can't accept the fact that you've either taken a loss because you've set an expectation of I want to make X amount, and you can't accept that you've lost because you've set an expectation of wanting to make a certain amount of money, or you're overtrading when you've won, which is, in my opinion, ridiculous, because the markets are there to take money from you. The markets are literally there to take money from you, not give it to you. So why do you as a day trader think that you can go into the markets, win a trade? You have done your job as a day trader, but that's not enough for you. You want more. You want more. You think, oh my days, I can now go again. Then you lose half of what you've just made, and then you think, oh, I can't end the day now because I've already been up more. So you go again. You know what this sounds like? This sounds like gambling. You have to take what you've made from the markets, and then your sole job is to keep what you've made from the markets. That's another point. The mindset shift from wanting to make money to wanting to retain your capital and not lose your capital. I go into every week thinking, right, okay, I do not want to lose money this week, so I'm only going to take the highest quality setups. Okay, and it's hard. I'm not saying it's easy. I understand it is not easy, but it all links back to not setting expectations on yourself. I want you all to go into the markets next week without any expectations. I don't want you to say, this week I want to get a payout, or this week I want to pass 3 funded accounts. Go into the markets completely open-minded, completely just no expectations. Go into the markets with a clear head and a mindset of, this week I'm going to take high quality setups only, I'm going to follow my rules, and we're going to see what happens. Even if you have a losing week, I promise you will have a more enjoyable experience on the markets. Because how many of you boys have took a trade, lost the trade, revenge traded, took another trade, took another trade, took another trade, blew the account, and then you're laying in bed at night and you're thinking to yourself, why the hell did I not just stop after the first loss? And again, everything's just linking together, because this is what I like to do. I just like to talk and talk and talk and talk, and then other ideas come into my head when I'm talking. So the next point I want to talk about is how we can stop ourselves from overtrading or revenge trading. Very, very simple tip. You boys might have seen me do this on live stream. Before I enter a trade, or just as I enter the trade, you boys might have seen me do this, I walk away from the charts. I go to the toilet, my bathroom's right there, I go straight to the toilet, I go get a drink, and I'm like, right, okay, I'm in a trade, I know what I'm risking, and yeah, if it loses, it loses, if it wins, it wins, doesn't matter. That's it, we move on with the day. And the reason I do this is because I'm sat at the charts for, let's say, half an hour prior to entering the trade, I'm fully locked in on the charts, and I must admit, when you're trading, you're in a very locked in state of mind. You know, no one can talk to you. All you're bothered about is the trade that you're in. So I decide before the trade, when I get into the trade, to take myself away from the markets, to calm down, understand that whatever happens, happens, it's fine, understand the bigger picture that if this trade does hit a loss, my model works, I'm a consistently profitable day trader, I don't need this trade to work. And all that does is it just makes you realize, like, oh yeah, like it's fine if this trade hits SL. Whereas if you just stay locked in the charts and you take a loss, and it's like one of those trades where you hit stop loss in like 2 minutes and you're like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? And like just getting into the trade, it's like that kind of calms you down from that. And another thing that I do is after every single trade, whether that be a win or a loss, is I walk away. 2 minutes. Well, if I win, I'm off the charts anyway. I take what I've won and I leave for the day no matter what. Sometimes even for the week if it is a lovely winning trade and it's a big trade. Depending on the day, depending on the conditions, depending on the bias, everything like that. But especially after a losing trade, walk away from the charts. And I'm going to tell you exactly why right now. If you don't walk away from the charts after taking a losing trade, the chances of you revenge trading are a lot more probable. You know, I used to revenge trade. I used to get into a trade, take a loss, and I'd be like, oh my days, I have to make this back. And because you're in that locked in state of mind and you're in this like, okay, let me quickly make a dumb decision. You will easily make silly decisions. Okay, everyone does it. So the chance of you taking another silly trade is a lot higher than if you were to just walk away literally for 30 seconds or 2 minutes, whatever it may be. It doesn't have to be a long time. Just get off the charts, tell yourself, I've just lost a trade. How much did I lose? Okay. It's not the end of the world. And I promise you, once you do this and once you walk away after, losing a trade, you will realize it's not that deep. It is not that deep. You have taken a losing trade. It is completely normal to lose in trading. But again, this links back to the first point, having those expectations. I've said today I want to pass a funded account. I've now taken a loss. So I now must trade again. But what keeps happening to you boys when you're doing this repeatedly over and over and over and over again? You then revenge trade, you then blow the account, you're then back to square one. Whereas if you would have never gone into the market with the expectation of passing the funded account today, you can take a loss and walk away. But the reason you boys can't is because you've set such high expectations on your trading. And it all links back to the same thing of setting expectations on yourself. Now, that is the biggest tip. Walk away from the charts after a loss. And what you will boys start to realize is, I've literally lost 0.5% today, or I've lost 1%. Who cares? On to tomorrow. Leave the charts alone. Okay, now I don't know how much you guys risk, I don't know what your rules are, but me personally, I have a 1% max loss limit for the day. And what this means is I can take 1, 2, 3 trades as long as I don't lose more than 1%. If I lose 1%, so if I lose £500 but it takes me 2 trades, I'm done for the day. But if I lose 1 trade and I'm down 250, I will go again, potentially if there's another setup that occurs. But if I then lose again, risking 0.5%, I am done for the day. But again, the same thing occurs, right? You want to just leave the charts when you've taken a loss. Just cool down, understand that life's carrying on. It's not that big of a deal. It doesn't mean anything that you've taken a loss. Move on to tomorrow. And yeah, that is the biggest thing I want you boys to take from this video, because I've done enough waffling now, right? Is stop setting expectations on yourself, okay? It's the biggest thing. This is what this whole video is about, is the mindset shift of expecting to make money from the markets to not really asked what happens. You're just there to perform when high quality setups appear. And I promise you will see a massive change in your trading. Now again, if you boys want to join the group membership, it is linked in it is linked in the YouTube bio. Make sure to get in there. We're building a really strong community and a really good place for you boys as traders to join and learn from myself and learn from others. So yeah, have a great day and I will see you in the next one.